I just recently did a video on how to support kids in their independence on things such as everyday activities like tying your shoe and getting ready for the day. I thought today would be a great follow-up to that video and talk about independent play activities that we can set up and have the children do on their own. So today we're going to talk about what that would look like, how we can do that, and how beneficial it can be to both us and the children. So stay tuned. Hey sitters, welcome back to another video. It is Lydia. Thanks for joining me. Before we get started, if you have yet to hit that subscribe button, please do so, as you will be missing out on tips and tricks if you do not. Today I want to talk about independent play activities, but first, what is independent play? Independent play is literally anything that children do in the sense of playing independently. So that can even be playing kitchen by themselves or playing baby dolls by themselves. But when they're younger, it is a little harder for them to start that imagination. And they do need a little bit of help. Independent play is so good for children developmentally, but as babysitters, we are hired to go into the house to engage with the children. We're not there to watch them to independently play. But we do need to step away here and there to either attend another child, start dinner, or even just to go to the bathroom. So I want to talk about some activities. I was also a nanny, so nannies use independent play in their schedules as well. They use it if they need to do laundry or dishes, if they're not doing it during nap time. So I wanted to talk about some activities that I know of that can help kids jumpstart that creativity and that imagination for independent play. So the first one I'm going to talk about is sensory bins. I will do a deep dive into what a sensory bin is and how to create one in another video, but overall it is a bunch of different textures and toys in a big bin that the kids can feel and play with. Sensory bins are a great independent play activity. Another independent play activity that you can do with the kiddos is any sit-down matching game. So color matching, telling time. I've created a bunch of games on Etsy that can help with this. So here you have a number matching game that makes a little sailboat. You have a color matching game that they can read the word and match the banana to the monkey. Again, I've created a lot of them and they're up on Etsy, so you can go check that out. But any sit-down game that they can do on their own. Right along with sitting them down and having them do something, you can have them do some puzzles on their own. That's a great one to do on their kids if they're older kids. They should be able to do that on their own. If you sit the younger ones down, you don't really want to leave them on the ground, or you're afraid they're going to get into something, you can put them in a high chair and use these magnet tiles and have them play with these. They're a great independent play activity. For those of you who have seen my car video, I do use these in the car as well. I love magnet tiles, and I'll put a link to these down in the description. They're my favorite. I use them for everything and anything. But yeah, putting them in the high chair and having them play with these, or you can put them in the high chair and have this. This is such a good alternative to painting or coloring that does not make a mess when you're not there to oversee it. So you just fill up this with water and the water activates the page. I'm not really sure how all it works, but it's pretty cool and the kids love it. So putting them in the high chair and having them do that. Other things that you can do are water activities. So having them play in a water table on their own, and you can watch them, although you don't leave them outside by the water table alone. So that's more if you're having to attend another child outside or whatnot, but a water table is great. Shadow tracing. While you're outside, you can have them shadow trace. Put up a something bigger than this, but like most of the kids have dinosaurs, plastic dinosaurs, or plastic animals that you can set up and the sun will shine on it and make a shadow. You put a piece of paper right next to it and have them trace the shadow out. That is pretty good to do. Chalk is always a good option. Back inside, you can have the younger ones play with blocks if they are old enough to not really get into anything, but still young enough to play with blocks. I have a full bag of blocks that I have them play with while I step away to use the bathroom. And I don't bring these out until I do have to go to the bathroom because they're new and exciting and they're very engaging in that while I can step away for a minute or two. The next activity I like to think of as like a challenge or a hunt. So what I'll do is I will challenge the child to basically finding a certain amount of toys that are the same color. So if I say, while I'm going to the bathroom real quick, I want to see how many toys you can find of the color green, how many green color toys you can find while I'm in the bathroom. And then you say, on your mark, get set, go, and then you run off to the bathroom and they run and go find as many toys as they can. That way you know that what they're doing, you know what they're getting into, and they're occupied. So I really like that one too. Again, it's a challenge, and everybody likes a challenge, right? So why do we do independent play? What's the benefit of doing independent play activities with children? If you're a nanny or if you're a parent, having that scheduled into their day. So independent play obviously teaches independence, right? They're learning how to be on their own and become comfortable with that. So with being on their own, they have to problem solve for themselves. So problem solving is a big benefit of that. They don't have anybody to come and rescue them and figure out their problems for them. They have to figure it out. If they get something stuck somewhere, they have to figure out how to get it out. These puzzles are an amazing problem solver. Obviously, you have to figure out where they go. The color matching or all of those is problem solving. Imagination and creativity is another good benefit to independent play. They tend to, when a child plays on their own, there's no rules. They're the ones that set the rules. They're the ones that set up the scene and the characters and who plays what roles. When they start to play with siblings or other friends, or even us sometimes, that may be shifted, or that may be, like, I can always tell when a sibling's going to say, no, you're this character, or no, we're not going to that house, we're going to play here at the doctor's office. So when they start to get that imagination and it starts to bloom, sometimes without us meaning to, or without siblings meaning to, we end up chopping that in half and they have to play by others' rules. So with them playing independently, they make the rules and they don't have to worry about anybody coming in and telling them, no, that's not how you do it. Which leads me right into the next one of self-confidence. You have to think about, everybody gains self-confidence after completing a difficult task. So like when we struggle with a puzzle piece of not knowing where it goes, or even a difficult math problem, and we struggle and struggle and struggle and finally get that, our self-confidence goes through the roof. Independent play helps that tremendously with kids. Let's give an example. So this is a 24-piece puzzle, right? I have the confidence that I can put this puzzle together without a problem because I've done it so many other times and I've completed it. It was a difficult task for me at once, but I've completed it. Now I have the confidence that I can go on to a 50-piece puzzle and complete that puzzle. And then after completing that puzzle or getting over the difficulty of that puzzle, I get the confidence that I can go on and do a 100-piece puzzle. Confidence builds off of completing difficult tasks. And when a child is alone and in their realm and by themselves, they're problem solving. And when you problem solve, you complete difficult tasks or you overcome difficulties. So they go hand in hand. And it's really important that children build that self-confidence because it will then bleed into other areas of their lives, in their social life, in education, in schools. So it is really important that we build that self-confidence, and independent play can help with that. So I find independent play very important. As a babysitter, I don't use it often. I use it in small bursts when I have to step away, make dinner, or go to the bathroom. As a nanny, I used to use it with permission of the parent for how long and what their independent play or what they wanted their child's independent play to look like. but I find it very beneficial. I'll put links to everything you saw in the video down below. You'll have a link to my Etsy as well to go check out those games. Yeah, if you haven't hit that subscribe button, hit that subscribe button. Give this video a like if you found it helpful. I will do a deep dive into that sensory bin, and I will see you guys in the next video.